Howdy, and welcome to another wonderful trash take. I saw a video on Twitter about some mother in Deerfield, Illinois, where apparently her child was forced to change in front of a trans student in the girls' bathroom, even though the school has gender-neutral bathrooms, or girls' locker room, gender-neutral locker room. I thought it was pretty bad, not gonna lie. I always thought that this is the kind of stuff that radicalizes other people or radicalizes people in general, and me seeing it in live even after Trump signed an executive order to stop this, it's crazy to me to see that. It's an actual violation of the executive order President Trump has signed, and then the entire crowd starts cheering too. But I want to just play the video, do commentary. I did one of these in the past over Worcester something, that place where they had a bunch of crazy ass people there, and it seems like there's some more people here, not as crazy, but just want to see what it's about. That's basically it.
Our next participant is Nicole Georges.
Is that a YouTube video of 3 minutes opposed to just a timer?
Hello, my name is Nicole Georges, and I'm here to demand that the locker rooms and bathrooms
Banger
of
start.
109 be designated as biological male and biological female, as there already is a gender-neutral option. The girls want their locker rooms and bathrooms back. They want their privacy back. This is why I'm here tonight. My 13-year-old daughter's well-being and mental health and privacy is at stake. This nightmare began on February 5th when my daughter was using the girls' bathroom and was stunned that a biological male student was using it as well.
They have a gender-neutral bathroom, but there is a biological male in the female bathroom. Like, what? I do not understand that. I'm always, if you want your own bathroom, if you're trans, want your own bathroom, gender neutral, okay, go for it. There's a third option. But still willingly using the female bathroom and not using the gender neutral bathroom seems fucking wild. It seems like the exact opposite. Like, this is the kind of shit that radicalizes people even further. And like, I think the trans bathroom issue, I don't think it's this is like a 50-50. This is like a 90-10, maybe 95-5, where people are just like, for kids, there's no fucking reason for this to happen.
She came home frightened and was extremely upset. I asked her to talk with her teachers and find out more information. She was told by the administration that a student can use the bathroom as well as a female locker room because they now identify as female. I was sent an email to the teachers involved and received a call from Principal Wegley. He verbally reiterated that under Joanna Ford's direction and their legal counsel that the student could use both the locker room and bathroom. I expressed that the school was in clear violation of federal policy. The Trump administration issued an executive order restricting biological males from participating in sports and accessing female locker rooms. That day, I filed a civil rights complaint on behalf of my daughter.
Wait, so she went to the bathroom, but does that not cover bathrooms? Is it literally only locker rooms? Yeah, I think it just stops the males from going into the female sports and the males from going into the females changing rooms. I don't think it actually includes bathrooms. I kind of figured it was both, but I guess if it didn't put it in the executive order, then it's just an oversight on Trump's part.
With the Department of Justice. It has now been referred to the Department of Education. A federal complaint has been filed with the district to protect the students. The situation went from bad to worse. A few days later, the male student was present in the girls' locker room.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind. The girls made the choice to not change into their PE clothes with a biological male student present. The next day, Assistant Principal Kathy Van Treese pulled the girls into their office, questioning them. The same day, Assistant Superintendent Joanna Ford, Kathy Van Treese, and multiple teachers all came into the girls' locker room, making them change into uniform. This went on all week.
They forced girls to change in front of a biological male. She's naming the people by person she's naming the people who caused this too. Like, this won't stop till people start going to jail, I'll be quite honest. Charge them with, like, child sex crimes. I genuinely don't know how this could be legal, forcing females to change in front of a biological male, even though there's a gender-neutral bathroom that they're refusing to use, and there's an executive order that they cannot be in the female's changing room. If this was the bathroom, I'd understand, but if it's a separate area for sports where there's a changing room, then yeah, that's you've lost the argument there. You have me at the bathroom because technically, I guess the executive order didn't cover it, but the changing room, nah, you're fucked.
With the addition of Ginger Lagerman. My
Jail for everyone.
Refused to take part in having her privacy being violated. How dare they? She ran out and called for me for help. Principal Wegley answered, we're offering my daughter a new
extremely emotional, understandably so.
A new PE class. The answer was no. She's not changing for the remainder of the year, and she's not changing into another class. The girls just want.
You can't just force everyone to change PE classes if they're uncomfortable, because you just create a separate problem to where then there's only going to be one person in the bathroom once everyone else figures out they can stop this madness. So, yeah, that's not a solution. I'd say probably follow the fucking president's executive order is your best solution.
Room back. There are gender-neutral options.
Yes.
This is my daughter's story and the story of many other young girls who have been forced at the difficult age to do something they know and most adults know is wrong. Do the right thing, Deerfield, and give these girls their locker room and bathrooms back. Allowing biological males to access girls' locker rooms sets a dangerous precedent that erodes the very foundation of female privacy and safety. By making this decision, the school board is not only disregarding the concerns of young female students and making their families, but also establishing a legal and policy framework that will make it increasingly difficult to protect the integrity of female-only spaces in the future.
Thank you.
Right at 3 minutes. People are fucking booing? You're booing? Oh, man. This is why people make fun of the left, and this is why the Democrats' approval rating's circling the drain right now. I'll show that in 2 seconds, but this is... The logical answer is not to have males in the female space, especially if there's an executive order stopping that. And then these people show up to these events and they act like they're the majority. They are the minority by a fucking long shot. A normal individual would say, hey, let's not do this. Forcing the females to change in front of a male in defying a president's executive order, I hope these people get charged with some serious shit. I hope they go to fucking jail. This won't stop till these people actually face consequences for their actions. Why are you looking at children's genitals? What? That's the argument for why the males should be allowed to... They're in a fucking changing room. It's going to make the females uncomfortable. It's supposed to be a female safe space. There's no more female safe spaces. Boys have invaded them. What the fuck? That's not even an argument.
Yeah, for real.
That makes you a fucking retard.
Nobody was booing you when you were talking, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
No one here's looking at child genitals.
We'll call our next participant, Charles.
This is the radical retards that actually, like, if you want to be trans and live your life, that's not possible because you have these radical retards that show up to this and they're advocating on your behalf and they make you and everyone else look like a fucking idiot. People will radicalize you against being trans in general. Like, those people will radicalize other people by their sheer retardation.
Excuse me,
Friedman,
if
please.
we can be respectful of everybody's time here, so.
Oh, let me play the CNN.
And of the oldies. And when it comes to the feelings that Americans, voters at large, and Democrats have, I can't help but think of Chubby Checker. Why is that? Because the question is...
Democrats' approval rating for all voters, 21% approve, 68% disapprove. Within the Democrats' party itself, they have a 40% approval rate, 49% disapprove. Yeah, I wonder why. Democrats have died on the identity politics hill, and it's literally like Trump said, like, all you have to do right before an election or a midterm or anything like that is talk about this trans rights, these gender rights, this gender ideology, because it's such a big issue where a normal person and a vast majority of normal people will say, why the fuck are we doing this? This is retarded. And they will simply not win because if they try to advocate for it, they're going to get swatted down. This is some crazy ideological shit that's being normalized, but it's radical. It should never be normalized. If you want to be trans, play in a trans sport. If you want to be trans, use a trans bathroom. Besides that, no one cares. It's when there's an unfair disadvantage because a biological male goes to a female sport and then breaks all the fucking world records or all the records that have ever been held by the females. That is disproportionate to females. How would that make you feel if you know that you have no chance of winning because there's someone that's you're competing against that's trans male that has gone through puberty as a male? They have a biological advantage. I genuinely don't see how people can think that this should be allowed. This is a radical idea. Anyone supporting this is a radical.
How low can you go? Voters' views of Democrats in Congress, the lowest ever approval ratings on record per
Lowest ever.
Quinnipiac University. Look at this. Approve 21% among all voters. Look at the disapprove level. Holy Toledo, 68% of all voters.
Yeah. Because what the Democrats are currently doing is they are dying on some crazy fucking hills and people are genuinely confused on how they've gone so shit sideways. They've been ideologically captured by some cultist echo chamber where you have to agree to every single idea every single time, and if you walk slightly from the path that they've laid out, you are exiled from the community. Look at Tulsi, look at RFK, look at Newsom. Newsom's still getting exiled because he made the same statement that biological males have a massive advantage in sports with females. Massive advantage. And people were calling for him to be completely removed from Democrats. Or now they're calling for Kamala to be the fucking governor of California. Like, you say something that makes sense to a rational person, to a logical person, to 90% of the population, and these Democrats are flipping the fuck out. I saw another funny one too that was talking about the Democratic Party. Favorable opinion, unfavorable opinion, never heard of. That's just fucking hilarious. No opinion. Yeah, unfavorable opinions across the board. And apparently Trump's approval rating, let's see. This is about Trump's approval with the direction of the country after he's become president.
First of all, the mood of the country. This really
This is
jumped out.
MSNBC, the last one was
The right
CNN.
direction or the wrong direction. That 44%, you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004.
January 2004, right after 9/11, when America went super trooper style on fucking Middle East. When we were all united to stop Al-Qaeda or whatever terrorist organization it was. I think it was Al-Qaeda. I don't fucking remember. I was too young. But it's been a while since America's finally agreed that America's on the right track. It's basically what I'm getting at. This can be directly correlated to Trump's approval. So, people hating on Trump, saying he's got the worst record possible, saying everyone hates him, no one likes what he's doing, they're just wrong. They are factually incorrect. That was a 27% approval with Biden in office. It's almost doubled now that Trump's taken it. I say almost doubled. I guess it's not. It's like 1.8. But kind of wild. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to this.
Yes. Thank you. I am happy to go out.
Okay. So I'll be honest. I saw the first half of this already, and I was like, this is interesting. And then I saw the start of this, and I was like, yeah, I'm making a video about this.
Thank you, school board. From what I've heard, y'all are following the law, which is fantastic.
From what I've heard, y'all are following the law. She just directly said that the teachers forced girls to change in the girls' locker room in front of a trans male, effectively defying the president's executive order.
My name is Charlie Friedman. My pronouns are they, he. I am a trans person. I am the parent of a trans middle school.
I'm a trans person. Okay. I'm the parent of a trans middle schooler. This is like Megan Fox with her like 3 trans sons. It's such a statistical anomaly to have a trans kid, and now all of a sudden everyone on the left has trans kids. Every trans person has trans kids. These major leftists all have trans kids. And I don't know how it just isn't ideologically captured of where their parents are forcing them to do this. The kid itself's probably not trans. They're growing up in an environment where the parents forcing them to. You have retards on TikTok that are saying my 9-month-old is trans. This will only ever hurt your cause. This will actually hurt trans people themselves. This will hurt trans people worse than anything else that could possibly be done. Because it shows how radical and retarded these people are, that they think they're advocating on part for trans people, and their actions actually make them look like a fucking buffoon. Because there is no way in any common sense you would think, yeah, a 9-month-old could be trans. Yeah, a teenager, yeah, that's a 13-year-old middle schooler, yeah, that's trans. That's not normal. That's never been normal.
I am also the director of operations for Trans Up Front. It's a nonprofit organization fighting for trans rights.
What rights do trans people not have that a normal person doesn't? They have every single right. What they want is special privilege. It's a trick question. It is privilege. That's it. They can use their gender-assigned bathrooms in every state. No one's going to care. They can use a gender-neutral bathroom. No one's going to care. They're demanding to use the women's bathroom. They're demanding to invade a woman's safe space, violate a woman's privacy, because they want to for whatever reason.
We partner.
And there's a good argument that a lot of trans people actually suffer from autogynephilia. Not even including that here. Not even including that. That doesn't even need to be brought in the conversation that some of these people actually get off on being in the women's bathroom. It's just an insult to women in general. This shit should never have been allowed.
With over 30 major organizations, including the ACLU, Lambda Legal, HRC, etc.
Okay, that
We have a protest coming up for trans rights on March 30th, 1 p.m. Federal Plaza.
they want
We have
special
a-
privilege.
And I would like to take a moment to talk about Illinois. We're all very lucky to live in a state that protects everyone here. Specific to today,
Except the girls that were forced to change in the bathroom with the male. That protects everyone but actual women. Thank you for literally making the point.
Executive Order 2019-11, which my kid was standing next to Pritzker when he signed. Yes, an executive order from the governor. And in that order, it's called Strengthening Our Commitment to Affirming and Inclusive Schools, which protects trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming students from the type of bullying that this parent represents.
It's bullying that her daughter is forced to change in front of a biological male. This is all an emotional appeal, and it's falling on deaf ears because at this point, America's tired of this. Like this shit will not work. This shit will not work anymore. People have woken up to the emotional blackmail. It's not bullying. It's bullying, if anything, that teachers are forcing girls to change in front of a male. I don't think they understand that what they want is hurting more women. Especially when there is a gender-neutral space already available to be used.
Also, under the Illinois Human Rights Act, Section 3B-1, the use of restrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms may not be restricted based on a student's physical anatomy or chromosomal sex. A student must be permitted to access restrooms or bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms that align with their gender-related identity and without having to provide documentation or other proof of gender.
I wonder how many rapes have happened because of that, because men are just allowed in women's bathrooms. Look at the prisons. Look at the fucking prisons. There's like multiple cases now of guys automatically that are like serial rapists once they go to prison, identifying as a woman in these Democrat states, getting transferred to a woman's prison, and then raping and impregnating the other women there. There's statistics to show that this is a very, very bad idea to do.
Under this act, and it is stated, the discomfort or privacy concerns of other students, teachers, or parents are not valid reasons to deny or limit the full and equal use of those facilities based on a student's gender-related identity. And
they would rather sacrifice the women's individuality, the women's autonomy, they would rather sacrifice as many as it takes in order for one trans person to feel good about themselves. They'd sacrifice 1,000 normal women in a bathroom. Like this is the ideological battle that they're dying on. This is why they lost the election, because of this shit, because it is so asinine and stupid that anyone agreeing with this is a radical, hands down.
instead, any student, teacher, or other individual seeking more privacy should be accommodated by providing that individual with a more private option upon their request.
Oh, so the law itself says that there should be a special bathroom for trans people. And there is, the gender-neutral bathroom, and they're choosing to not use it.
Sounds like that would be a great option in this case. For your kids.
Ah, yes, force the normal kid to have to take a special bathroom to be away from the trans kid. Force the majority to change their lifestyle in order for the minority to get what they want. That's genius.
Relax, okay? Talk to everyone else. Don't point us out. Do not look
Excuse me.
So the
excuse
whole
me.
audience is that direction.
Excuse me. It's his time
Just misgendered her.
to talk, right? So
Thank you. So if needed, we'd be happy to dig in, to contact our coalition, to make sure that the board is supported in doing the right thing for the right reasons and following Illinois state law. If you need my assistance, please do reach out.
That can kind of be seen as no, I wouldn't really say it's a threat. If you need us, we will be here to fight this battle for you.
It's transupfrontil.com. Thank you.
thank you.
Let's look at the comments section on this video. This is Twitter, so hopefully this isn't going to be banned off YouTube. What's worse, forcing females to have to change and dress in front of a mentally unstable man, or standing or watching it happen to make sure no woman's leaving or to complain? How do so many people get so batshit crazy? It's not a lot. It's a small minority. It's the reason they lost the election. Whether or not you disagree with this man, not that many people are that batshit crazy. They lost the election. That means the majority of Americans did not believe that this was the right way to go. They lost the electoral and they lost the popular vote. This is sexual assault by the boy and the school administrator and teachers. Yes, it is. What kind of sexual predators are these? What kind of adults stand over girls and force them to change in front of them and boys? Perverts do that belong in jail. That's the kind. Where are the rights for the cross-dressers in the locker room of his choosing to be more important for the rights of the girls? Exactly. How come this person is getting more rights than normal people? There are options available. Instead, you're choosing to put their rights over theirs, violating their personal autonomy, violating their private space. Fucking crazy. Can you please go back to calling the cross-dressers to drive the point home? I don't really care. This is a form of sexual assault. How the fuck is this legal? I imagine since this happened yesterday, it's going to be about a day or so before Elon gets wind of this, before Trump gets wind of this, and before you see some more outcries coming. This is something that I saw today, and it's picking up a lot of heat immediately. I was always shocked to find that no fathers and girls in this situation go to the school to beat the equivalent. Yeah. I'm honestly not surprised. I'm honestly surprised more of these people are getting jumped in the parking lot, and I'm not supporting violence. Don't get me wrong. But if I was a father and I heard that a male was forced to, or my daughter was forced to change in front of a male and the teachers made them go there, so it wouldn't fully defend them, but this is what I'm talking about. Crime of passion laws. I could see that you can make a decent argument that if someone hears that their daughter was forced to basically get sexually assaulted in a school by the teacher and the dad goes up there and shoots the fucking teacher for it, you could definitely make a good argument that it was a crime of passion. That the person basically was suffering from temporary lapse in judgment due to their impulse from hearing something so bad happen to someone they love. 100% could see that happening. Not saying it should. I'm not advocating for violence in any way, shape, or form. But I'm really surprised that you don't see this happening. This is the kind of shit that I fully hope Trump actually does something to stop. Because this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Being forced to change in front of a male by the school, 100% not allowed. If he has to use that bathroom by state definition, that does not mean the girls have to. Especially if there's literally in the law to allow special privilege upon request, but instead they force them to change in front of the male. That sounds like they violate their own law by doing that. Crazy. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what's going to come of this. I really hope Trump drops the fucking hammer and these retards start going to jail for it, because this is fucking wild. To absolutely violate a girl's autonomy on this shit is crazy. These are children. They're to be protected, not to be basically sexually assaulted at a young age and told, hey, sweetie, this is normal. That's a biological male changing in front of you, and you can't do anything about it because now the teachers are forcing you to stay there to change too. That is fucking crazy. People need to be held accountable or this will not stop. That's ultimately what it comes down to. There needs to start being more accountability for these people that are not in elected positions, but just have jobs like this where it actually is ruining or affecting people's life. And I'm not talking lawsuit, I'm talking jail time. I firmly believe this is sexual assault. Being forced to be exposed to male genitalia by the teachers sounds like sexual assault in every way, shape, or form to me. I'm waiting to see in the courts. I could be wrong. Nothing could happen of this, and I'm just now a minority. But I believe this is formally why. I firmly believe this is why Democrats lost the elections, because this crazy gender politics that a normal person would say, why the fuck are we doing this? These people are demanding that no, it happened no matter what. Wild. Jail for everyone involved. But yep, that's all I got time for today. I saw half this clip, and I was like, this is kind of wild. And then I saw the trans person come up, and they immediately said they had a trans child, and I was like, yeah, this is really about to get good. And I was entirely right. People like that actually hurt trans people more than anything else because they're batshit crazy ideology. That's what they're trying to say. This is the normal trans person, which could be. I don't think it is. I genuinely think that person is a retard and mistaken, and they're going to hurt trans people more overall. So, good job. Hopefully that parent has some justice eventually, because this is fucking crazy. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, later.